Alright. What do we got here? Sure. Oh, we get dicked on. Ooh. That made it to Edinburgh. Really? How's it going, Jay? I just finished up my last exam, and yeah, it did not go well, but we out here having some fun, playing some Ticket to Ride. You gonna be on Siege or anything later? I mean, I'm down for some Warzone or anything as well, if you're down for that. After a couple of games of this, lost some steam. I'm playing against a very experienced player right now. Like, very experienced. So I wouldn't put it past myself to lose real hard here. If not FB Twitter, you should be on? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll hit you up. Today's Thursday, so it probably won't be. I mean, if Frosty, I guess I could play Warzone later. I'd hit up my old roommate Calvin, the other Calvin, and see if he wants to play at all. There is another. What, you? And I just lost a viewer. But also tonight, towards the end of the stream, we are going to be doing a little bit of AutoCAD and some basic Excel quantity stuff, because I do need to build some shipping crates to ship my stuff home. It's gonna be a very exciting couple of weeks here. Oh my god, that is literally the only one I could take. her last turn. Why can't I do that? Only have one train left. Ah, that makes sense. Okay, 9 tickets, I had 8. Let's see who's worth more. Broke 100. See if I can do the same. I'm not playing on a site. This is the actual Ticket to Ride game. How's it going, Robbie? You boys gonna be on GTA tonight? Although if I get on GTA, I probably won't get the rest of the stuff I need to do tonight done. So I won't be on for very long. If I am, I'm not even gonna get close. Yikes. How you guys been playing World War Z? I got wrecked. Absolutely destroyed. Emily, you know you're not in Discord, right? So I can't actually hear you. Yes, Michelle, damn right it is. I am done. Today was, for all of you guys who don't know, my last day of formal education ever. Yeah, I'll play again. Let's play a different map though. Not Italy, anything else. I don't mind. School's out for summer. School's out forever. Not Nordic countries. The one that has that glitch. I freaking hate that. With the parallel routes that aren't actually parallel but are parallel in the game. Yep, I am moving home in a week and 2 days. 1:30 p.m. Saturday, April 25th, I will be flying on WestJet 3126, I believe it is, with service from Thunder Bay YQT International Airport to Toronto Pearson YYZ International Airports. It's gonna be fun. Choose some tickets. Tickets, you say? Where the hell is that going to? See you later, Robbie. And kind of missed your message in the massive messages that just came in. Oh, maybe we'll play something later. We'll see. Mm-hmm. Somehow I feel like Emily possibly is watching the, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do, is watching the stream and blocking my, my moves here. 'Cause I can't take that now. Anywho. So we're gonna have to go around. I don't think I can use these for this. Yeah, locomotives are just like any other color in this one. I need those two. Yeah, Emily's getting real lucky with the tunnels today. Let's go for it. First tunnel. That actually worked out for me. Thanks for the alert, Michelle. Oh, look who's going. Oh, shit. This was not a good plan. That's game. Okay, fine. That's the end of the game. What if she's gonna Hail Mary it at the end with an extra card? That's expensive. That cost me 10 points. Not getting to the end. Didn't realize. That one. Okay, let's see where. Didn't quite get to 90. Let's see where this gets me. Oh yeah, I got this. This will be no problem even with the 10-point hit. Hell yeah. And just over 100, it's gonna drop me down underneath 100, but I still win by 10 points. Hell yeah. Oh, I didn't win by the same margin that you did last time though. Oh, you got the longest route or something. But I guess it still gives me the win because I guess I got it natural rather than your... That is crazy. I've never seen a tie like that. How do I even... I'm gonna take a couple screenshots here. We tied? Yeah, we tied. I think you had the longest route or something. I don't know what the... Is there a way we can look at the breakdown before we leave here? I don't even know how that would work. Yeah, I had way more tickets completed. Not sure why it gave you an extra 10 points at the end for seemingly no reason. I don't know if you want to play another one or play something else, or if you got other things you need to do. I have other things I need to do, but I mean, it's whatever. I'm already too late to, yeah, we'll do one more. I'm already too late to submit my cut sheet for today for the Windsor plywood, so we're gonna do that shortly here, just to get it out of the way. After this next game, we're gonna hop into AutoCAD and Excel, and you guys are gonna see how I do some of my woodworking design here. Sweat map, Germany. Oh boy. 33 tickets and 29 long. Start with 4 tickets, so long. Keep at least one. Globetrotter bonus. What do we got here? Oh Lord. I think I very critically need to take my single track there. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Oh well. That's a little too repetitive. we go. That way you guys can kind of see what's going on through me. What else was second card? Do I need right? Uh-oh. Oh, thank goodness she wasn't going what else I thought she was going for. Nice. Just need that. I'm one train away. Hey. Alrighty. Let's make this happen. The West Coast Main Line with service to Berlin. The West Coast Berliner. The West Berliner? Echt ein Berliner? Consider those roots costing me the game. Ooh. That hasn't happened in a while. Oof. Ended the game with 69 points, guys. Yeah, just for shits and giggles. Yep. I'm not even gonna get close though, unfortunately. I had a whole bunch of short routes. I only had one long route. So when I beat you, it's literally a tie and the game just gives it to me. When you beat me, it's a literal slaughter. .56 victory for you. Alright. Yeah, I know. Just dig it in there and just twist. GG. Alright, I am going to take off because I am going to I'm actually not going to be playing something right now. Although I might. Let's see what Kristen is up to. Where did Kristen go? Just gonna swap the scene here so you guys can see me lounging at my desk in some weird... Kristen's offline already, so we're just not gonna bother. No, actually I'm gonna do some little bits of AutoCAD. So there's something that I'm working on. We're just gonna get into it. Let's just do it. So this is one of my, it looks like a coffin. No, it's one of my shipping crates. I'm not building, detector prom and turned off hardware acceleration. Okay, we might have to, restart AutoCAD then. So this is an isometric, the coffin your game lays in, yeah. So this is actually one of the shipping crates I'm going to be shipping things home in. Fun enough. So we can isometrically draw what's it called? All my 2x4s and stuff. These are 2x4s, even though they may not look like 2x4s because they're actually 3.5 by 1.5. But that's how big a standard mil spec 2x4 actually is. If you try to drop a 2" by 4" piece of lumber into a 2" by 4" hole, you'll find that it falls through very nicely with a lot of wiggle room around. And that's just because it's not mil spec. That's just kind of how it works, frankly. In the meantime, we're gonna build right now in isometric. In isometry. Oh, there's no back to this thing right now, or front. Lovely. So I need to build a rectangle that's 2x4. So we're just gonna copy this one. We're gonna copy it by that point there. We're gonna build it out here. And we're gonna build stuff straight down for it. We're actually gonna go ahead and rotate this clockwise 30 degrees. And do that. Actually, that doesn't have to. How does that work in isometry? You have to build a rectangle, but it's actually not going to be a rectangle. Because it's actually got to be 30 degrees. And then we're going to build it 1.5" by 3.5. Then we're going to take this and mirror it about this. It's not how we can do it. We're going to rotate that 180 degrees. Remove that there, and we're going to change the layer of it to framing. And that is not quite what I wanted. So we're going to rotate this back 15 degrees here. Actually, we're going to rotate it another, because apparently... What does this, like what angle is this on? I appear to have screwed this up royally. Alright, we're gonna save this real quick though. Because I need to restart AutoCAD. Apparently our hardware acceleration failed. We're also going to go ahead and change our game to... Does this have an AutoCAD? Oh. We'll just go to just chatting for now then. Job Simulator 2050. Is there no... We're gonna go just chatting for that. Just gonna remove that for that one. That one doesn't really matter. Get myself here. That one did not work. Okay, how do I change this on broadcast dashboard? There we go. That should do it. Alright. Let's get back to this. So actually the only line that should be that is 1.5 that way. Should be 3.5 that way. 5. We should be able to close that. Now in theory when I do this, it's not going to be accurate, is it? This is the problem with isometric designs, is they're not generally accurate to what you want them to be. What I will do though is right, that doesn't work. One of these pins. Hmm. Yeah, that's a terrible idea. Is that if I did that, that's 3 different sizes of 2x4s that would have to be cut. And that's just going to increase complexity, so I think this is going to be more ideal for what we're trying to do here. So that gives me a 2-foot 2x4, like that. And then this going across them. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's going to be that. Turn all that into framing. What I'm going to actually do is duplicate the layer. What's freezing it? Set current, freeze layers, delete layers. Oh well, we'll just do framing hidden layer. I want to be able to see all the hidden framing. It's still going to be red, but we're not going to have a continuous line weight. Instead, so not continuous line weight. We're going to have a continuous line type. We're going to load a ISO double dash. There's the ISO double dash. Long dash, short dash. Weird. I think we'll just load this one then. I'm going to set that as our current. And we're going to build these into here, so that's going to be a rectangle of one. I'm going to start in this corner. Do a rectangle that is 3.5 by 1.5. What just happened? That's more like it. Why is it skewed like that? There we go. I didn't know you could apply rotation off the bat like that. You learn something new every day, guys. Why is that not doing the framing? That's so weird. Why is it doing this? Oh. Try you do the... There is a way, like there's a reason why this isn't showing up, and I believe it's to do with scaling on this, on the viewport, or not viewport, on the model space right now. Don't quote me on that though, because I could be wrong. See what I mean? Like, it's actually broken, but it's not actually broken. It looks a lot more like a 4x4 than a 2x4 from this angle, but that is only 1.5 inches long. And this is 3.5 wide. It's such a weird optical illusion that one is not actually twice as long. It's so weird. I do need to trim these back a little. These are gonna move backwards along the line, 1.5 inches. I'm gonna use that to trim away. Trim those lines away. The same thing's gonna happen at both ends. That should fit right in there. And just like that. Good thing to practice is just keep your standard sticks over on one side. That way you don't have to guess if they're going to be a common cut, because they will be. Well, these are my isometric sticks. There should also exist equivalent 2D plan model stick as well that you use. Right now we're going to do the cross one, which is going to be fun because it's actually just going to be here across 3.5 tall. So the line is going to start, it's going to go across there to there. I'm not actually sure how long it's going to have to be. 16 5/8 across. Why is it 16 5/8? Oh, because there's 3/8 sheathing plywood on the sides. So otherwise it'd be 17 and 3/8. Wait a sec. I applied for that on that side, but I didn't do it on this side. Oh, I did. I just put the pillar over it. Whoops. Okay, that's a mistake. That needs to be corrected real quick here. This should have been on this line. The same thing goes with this whole thing. Gotta be moved over. There we go. So that's the inside line of what is my sheathing plywood on the outside. This is 3/8 ply on the outside. Doesn't really matter if it's 3/8 or ½ inch that we use in the end, but I just went with 3/8 right now because that's what is existing on these end table units that I've already made. Now to have a rectangle that's 3.5 tall, it's gonna go in at 60 degrees here for 1.5 inches. What angle is this on? So that is 30 degrees. It's not quite the right angle. I just realized you actually don't need to do this. This is actually just a standard rectangle. But now it's 1.5 by 3.5. And then this will go into this corner here. No. That is so weird. Okay, maybe it does actually need to go that way. Why did I choose to copy it from there for? I'm a little out of practice at this. How long are these again? These are 45 long. Move them into place. Put one in our standard thing over there. I'm gonna move one over here though, because this one's gonna go in by this corner. Gonna move there to support the lid of this box. There's also laterals that need to go across here. Can't seem to figure out how to do that though. That's that. It's gonna go 30 degrees at 1.5. Okay. Well, this is going to be 24. There we go. That looks a hell of a lot like a 4x4. But it is, I assure you that is exactly the dimensions of a 2x4. I'll keep measuring it again and again, but that's still tripping me up as long as I've ever been doing this. So we're gonna shrink that so it fits into here at 16¼ inches, which perfectly is the size that I need to put one of those tub things, what you call it, Rubbermaid containers, into the middle of this, and then you pack some packing material around the outside to protect them. So we're gonna go ahead. Actually, we're gonna keep this one in our standard block, and we're gonna make copies of it over here. Go ahead and make some copies. Oh, that's way too long, isn't it? So we need to have shortened this to, what's that, 24? So we need to shorten this by 7¾ inches. I felt like I missed when I hit that one, but I didn't. Good to know. So that should give me the containers that I need, and the average set cuts that I actually need to get this done. Then of course I'm missing the plywood that I need for the outside edge here. I'm gonna copy one of these down here so I can go ahead and make myself the other sheet of plywood that I need. Actually, that doesn't need to do that. It's gonna be a 2 foot by 2 foot square that I just slap on the end, I think. I mean, it could go down to the, actually it should go down to the bottom because it is 2 feet by 2 feet. $24.75? Where did I screw that up? In case you're wondering, it's 0.75. I know is what happened is this is too tall because I used 24 inches vertical on these to make that happen. So I'm a 3/4 inch gap at the top of all my containers if I did it like this. So these are all gonna have to be 23, and so I'm gonna have to actually shrink these verticals by a little bit. But then the top sheets and bottom sheets aren't gonna fit on properly either. Gap at the bottom. Sorry. Could just leave a gap at the bottom and the top. Yeah, that's so awkward. And I'm gonna lose another 1/8 of an inch too because of the cut efficiency of the saw. Yikes. I need some hardware too. Stick a piece of wood in there. Build myself a little handle into the side of the things. Probably gonna see if they can cut a handle into this. Just buy a whole saw. Alright, we have that. Let's do a side view real quick. Two, what the Alright. How about that? Let's go and Dougie Love. Hope you're having a good night. That's not Discord, that's my email. Not too good. I was up last night streaming and my monitor glitched and closed my R6 and my 6-hour. Oh, that sucks. So you have a broken VOD now? I mean, honestly, it's not the end of the world when that happens, in my opinion, but it certainly isn't ideal. Wait, that's not what I needed. This is 16 and this should be 16.25, not whatever this is. Oh no, that's what is this? This is AutoCAD 2019. And these are boxes that I'm going to use to ship all my stuff home. Took too long to guess. Something I can't do. No, anybody can do this. This isn't as hard as people think it is. I mean, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's not that bad. I'm just mocking this up so I can build a cut sheet for to actually get these things built IRL. Well, that's not the right side of it. And I missed. There we go. That's 45 inches apart, just like the real thing. Now we're gonna go ahead and build our thing there. Dimension. So our length is gonna be this dimension. And then it's gonna be 3.5, no, 1.5 tall for the bottom. You're just lazy. Oh, come on, man. You gotta be less lazy than that. I'm gonna set framing to our current layer. And go ahead and do the same thing. We're gonna copy this up so that it's at the top. So the top ones are actually vertical like this rather than like this horizontal along the bottom. So the top ones are going to be an extra 2 inches wider. That is the side view of that. And then we're gonna have a framing hidden, which is going to be just a rectangle. That's 1.5 by 3.5, just like that in there. I mean, you don't really need to do all this. Like most people, like even myself, I could have done this. I could frankly have done this in my head without any of the special software that I'm using right now. And there is actual woodworking software you could do this in. R6, I'm not feeling R6 tonight. We might get on Warzone later tonight, depending on what the crowd's feeling. Might be some GTA 5 action going on as well. But not I don't think we're gonna be doing R6 tonight. So we're actually going to be building 3 of these crates. So download, so I went in and had a really annoying in-game. Oh yeah, you have that the shaders thing that people absolutely hate. So we're going to start a new spreadsheet here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to break this down into a per box cut. So we're gonna do what kind of dimensional lumber it is, length of cut. Why they bully? Why did games do that? It's just Activision sucks at what they do. I honestly, it's been an ongoing joke for the last God knows how long. Let's do our 2x4s first, which This is basically going to be all built out of 2x4s in here. Just because that's what I need. I think these things are going to have to be hefty to survive the transport from here to Toronto. With this much stuff in them. We're gonna do all of our 2x4 cuts first right now, and we got how many different kinds here? We just seem to have 1, 2, 3, 4 different cuts. Actually, these are the same cut, so actually it's only gonna be 1, 2, 3, because these ones are the same thing. It's only 3 cuts I need actually for this. So we're gonna have 3 cuts of 2x4s going into each of these boxes. The first one we said was going to be, I think, 16 1/4. 16.25 inches. Fun story, you can actually add inches to the end of this without changing the fact that it's still a number. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that for you guys right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to alternate number formats. We're going to take the general format and we're going to add IN to the end of it. And that's going to change that so that it has 16.25 inches. I should have just copied. I don't know why I did that. So those are 16 1/4. So we're actually ordering 3 of these boxes, not 2. We're ordering 3 of these boxes because that's what I need to get home. At least that's what I'm anticipating I'm gonna need between everything here and all my other stuff that I have. Because I got one that's the hockey bag is gonna go into. Another that I don't think my computer actually fits in one of these. Does it? I mean, that'd save a little bit of thing going home. It actually, no, it'd be too tall. Yeah, this thing's over. Once it's in the box, it's over 2 feet tall. The computer's gonna have to get shipped separately, but there's gonna probably be monitors going into this. Monitors amongst other things that are gonna have to go into here and get shipped back, along with my hockey bag. Tons and tons of books, and stuff like that. Road cases, tools. Appliances. Got a toaster oven and T-File Active XL that are going into these. Total order. So those are 16 1/4 inch long each. These ones I believe are straight 24s. last ones are 45 long. So how many of each do I need, guys? Let's find out quick here. So we're gonna need 4 of the 45s per box, and we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 16 1/4s, and we need 4 of the other ones. So there should be 12 pieces of lumber to build the frame of each of these. So equals to this. We're gonna F4 that times that, and we're actually only gonna lock the fact that the C is referenced, and then we can go ahead and do that, and it'll reference just like that. Now we need to do plywood 2x2 sheet. Length of cut. So this is actually going to be a 2in x 2in. 2ft x 2ft. And there's going to be 2 of these per box. There's 1 for each side. So then there's going to be, and this is going to be 2 foot by 4 foot. And that's going to be 4 of those per box. So you're going to need 12 of those. We're actually building shipping crates so I can ship all the stuff that's behind me and in the kitchen and in Emily's storage unit back to my parents' house in Richmond Hill, Ontario. So these are boxes that are going to hold my stuff and are going to travel on freight courier for about 1,200 kilometers. So if we go from Thunder Bay here to, and we're gonna get some directions from here to Richmond Hill, Ontario. And we're gonna go ahead and drive that. It's gonna have to all go, well, I guess it could go through the States. I'm not sure exactly how they ship it is up to them. But it's 1,358 kilometers to get to home. So these boxes are going to be on the road for a couple of days. They're going to get forklifted. They're going to get possibly, and hopefully not, but possibly dropped. It's not going to be a nice ride. I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to admit that right now. These boxes are going to get pretty banged up. That's why they have a full 2x4 structure. To take the abuse that they're gonna get. We're just doing some very, very basic Excel to calculate up how many of this is gonna get. These things are actually going to need handles somehow. Not quite sure exactly yet how that's going to work. Because although they don't technically need handles right now, when I do get around to actually getting these into my house back home, I'm going to need to bring them through the front door, and that's when these are really going to need to thing. Also, a 4-foot coffin would be very, very uncomfortable. It would not be something I want to be laid to rest in anyways. Their typical coffin is somewhere between 6 and 7 foot long. So anyways, we're gonna need, how many sheets of plywood is this? We're gonna need 6 of those. So this is going to be 3 things of plywood right here. Actually, these need to actually be slightly bigger than 2 feet by, I believe these actually need to be 2 and 24.75 inches by 24. And the reason why they're slightly taller than they are wide is a standard pallet is 48 by 40, which is what these are going on. They're going on a standard pallet. And so 2 of them wide, and they're going to overextend on one side just slightly, just because that's just how it goes. Not sure how exactly I want to overextend, which side I want to have them overextending, but a standard pallet's 48 by 40, and so when we put them, they're going to be overextending by about 4 inches on each side for one side, and they're going to get fit right on the pallet on the other way. Height doesn't really matter as much as far as I know. This is my first time actually ever designing a pallet shipment. Typically when I design these things, they're a single box, and that was the original plan, was actually to have these as a single box unit, sent each on just on a courier shipment. It was gonna be, I think it was something like $150 or $200 a box to send these, to have these sent away, which is kind of expensive, but I was like, whatever, we'll make it work. That way I think I could have gotten away with 3 of them, but I don't know. This is just gonna make it so much, in my opinion, so much easier than having a pile of boxes show up at my house back in Richmond Hill. Just like 3 boxes a day show up, you know, a monitor here, a box of my peripherals, my computer, my bed, this, that. This way it's all just gonna come in 3 massive things on a pallet, drop it in my driveway, I'll take it apart there, and away I go. I'll go bring it into the house, either into the front foyer or the basement, and just take it all apart there and not have to worry about it. It's still not going to be cheap though. These things are going to be hefty in order for me to actually get them sent out. Haven't quite gotten a quote back yet from my freight connection. I mean, I could actually make these 2x2s over here. These ones. That's gonna need to be 3 2x4s, isn't it? The center 2x4 is actually 96 inches long. So if I imagine how this needs to be cut in order to maximize. We're actually gonna, you know what? I have notes for this. For how to do this. Yeah, no, I did this in class for my computer integrated construction management course. I don't memento, guys. Well, I looked that up. Oh, I guess you guys can tag along for the ride here. So there is an Excel solver thing here. And we're gonna go for what's called the cutting stock problem. Well, fuel additives. Blending problems. Lexington transport optimizations. Binary integer blending. This one's aircraft scheduling. There we go. This is the one that we need to do here. .2 meter. We know all of our 2x4s come in 96-inch lengths. That's by far the most economical length to buy them in. Like that's not just what's my situation. That's just in general. 96-inch to 8-foot 2x4s are a very standard, very common item, and by the time you get to a 10-foot 2x4, you're actually almost paying double what an 8-foot one is. So it's actually a lot cheaper to buy two 8-foot 2x4s than to buy a 10-footer, even though it may be less efficient. to have them cut that way. So let's go ahead and do this. So I know I have 16.25, 24, and 45 are the different cuts I need. Okay, so we're going to do a round down. All right, how many can I get here? Just round down of that over 96 to 0 digits. Oh, sorry, 96 over that to 0 digits. Let's get 5 of those. What's my remainder? So it equals to 96 minus times that to 14.75. So that's going to be a 0 and a 0. Okay, so round down of 96 over that, comma 0. We get 4, and I know that one's .96 divided by that. You're left with 2 little tiny little. If you're entering the 0 decimal places that I need, you're left with a tiny little amount for that. You're left with 6 inches of just little piece at the end. Which I might actually ask, because I do need handles for these things. So I might ask them to, I don't know, carve me some handles or something out of those, if they can. So now, what else can I do here? Now if I have 4 of these, less than or equal to those. So equals 2 times that. That's going to leave me 0 for that. Lock that and lock that. So now if I do down of down of that 96 minus that times that minus that times that. We're going to lock J3. We're going to lock K3. I'm going to close that up. Divided by 45, comma 0. Oh, I forgot to lock the 45 here, or L3. Well, it's dividing by 0. So now as I populate this, so that's that. So now our cuts will come over here. How many of each of these do we need? So this is just going to be a sum of these, right? No. It's going to play with this. So no, these are supposed to be sum. Because how many of these do we get? It's the sum product of this and then this. We're going to lock this. I'm going to drag this one across here like that. I'm going to ask Excel to change these ones, change this to make this equal to 12 over here. So now if we go to data review solver, we're going to change these cells to make C30. We're going to add a constraint to make these greater than or equal to these. Okay. We want to minimize that. We need 6 of those. Oh, I forgot to add that these need to be an integer value. 1 second, guys. Add that these need to be integer. Okay. I don't think that's what I wanted. Close. Now we have 12 of these, so I'd personally like to go ahead and verify that these are going to have the right number. So we get 4 times this, which is 12. So we need 10, 12 2x4s to build 3 boxes. Hope I did that correctly. 1, 8. Eight of them there, plus 4 of them there. So something that I actually learned in school that actually came useful. I'm gonna send that to caps lock because I've neat. Okay. Now that's our. I just want to make sure. Do sum of this times this times this. Wait, what? This times this times this plus. And we're gonna lock all the N4s. And we're gonna lock all the 3s as well. And then the other 4s are just gonna continue down the list. Oh, it doesn't want to go, does it? That doesn't make any sense. What did it do? Oh, I didn't need to lock the N4. Oh. It doesn't matter. Yep, just wanted to make sure that they're all underneath 96. So now I can actually apply a linear check and conditional formatting. New rule based on cells that contain greater than 96. We're going to format them to fill bright red. Okay. So now let's just screw one up here. And let's say See, I had one of these here. You see how it goes to red like that because we're over 96 inches of linear cut that we're requesting. Now we're gonna do the plate problem. This gonna be fun. So we know our plywood sheets are going to be slightly less than. First thing. Hey, rhythm respond. Let's see what he says. LOLOL. Oh my god, do I have to do the whole thing again? I mean, I could do this by thing. Oh, 4 foot by 8 foot. Sheet of plywood. What did I just do? Plywood 2x2 sheets. Like the 2x4 sheets. This I already. Actually, these are gonna need to be slightly more than 2 foot. What was it? These things are actually going to be slightly bigger than 2 feet. It's like 2 3/4. 2 foot and 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, by the way, if I order 2 crates, this should drop as well. Oh boy. I mean, this is just gonna be 4 sheets of plywood. Huh. So right now I'm thinking of, this is all I need to build 3 crates, but I also have an additional one that needs to happen. It's just gonna need extra plywood. So I'm gonna need 2x4, and I'm gonna need them cut to make these boxes into 4 foot long as well. This is 4 inches right on. Cool. That is right on 4 inches. So these are gonna need to be 40-inch long pieces. Jeez. No, these are 3.5 as well, so. There's a 3 3/8. These 2x4s have dried up a bit. Mm-hmm. 40 inches. So I'm gonna need 4 of close. That's just gonna be that one. Clear that before I confuse the guy at the shop. Two foot by 4 foot. I think these things are 2 feet wide. Yeah, or approximately so anyways. Two additional 2x4s. Cut to 4 foot lengths. Let me get lazy here. Go ahead and freeze that. There we go. I forgot to do the layout first. Because I'm a moron. What is it? No, it's page.manager modify. Plotter. I'm gonna do a print to PDF here, and we're gonna do it on letter size paper. Which means my viewport's gonna go flying. I'm gonna go ahead and plot that. Why don't we do the plates size here? The plywood's really tripping me up. This is so cutting sheet product is not something I actually have a whole lot as much experience in as I do in just straight dimensional lumber product. Just because a lot of the stuff I was doing was just I framed things and then I just sheet them however I felt like, and frankly it never really mattered as much because the stuff was so expensive anyways. You're always gonna have some left over, but to do it on a computer like this is a lot harder when you don't have a thorough understanding of how it works, or as thorough an understanding. I feel like Deadmau5 in that Masterclass commercial right now. It's like, oh, if I could play this, I just play it. But you know, this is my life. I have to draw it. And this is kind of the reverse, where I actually have to kind of play it on the computer here. Whereas in reality, I could just draw it on a sheet of plywood and just cut it. work. I know this one. This is gonna be easy. This is literally just 4 sheets of plywood. Sorry, 3 sheets of plywood for that. A fourth sheet for that. Or should be 5, I believe, because this is 2 by 4. Assuming that's 4 square feet there, you should get 8 out of a panel. I only need 6, so that should only be 1 sheet there. That should be that. I hope I have that correct. All right. I think I have an order. I think. I hope. Oh boy. One sec. I'm gonna be right back. I need Alright, now that that's all done, let's I think I've had about enough of that. Yeah, let's go. What do we want to play tonight? Put you guys all to sleep and myself playing some train simulator. I mean, honestly, it's a lot of fun to play around with the different trains and stuff. But there's a limit. Stay within it. Oh. I actually downloaded Battlefield Bad Company the other day, but Bad Company 2, not Bad Company. I do want to go sleep at a reasonable hour tonight. So I can actually get up tomorrow, and then I have my car rental pickup at 4 p.m. Which is going to be a lot of fun. You know what? I feel like playing some Battlefield right now. What's everyone else? A little bit of single player campaign. I mean, like,
a little bit.
come on, Apex Legends, fix your shit. Apex Legends is done, ready to play. We're gonna start Battlefield 5 tonight, though. We're about to have some fun. Cloud sync. What is this?